So, most people I'm working with right now are worried about the current economic situation and just the scenario of the unknown of what's going on. And I totally understand that. I have a few pieces of advice. So, I've been in franchising. I started in franchising the week before 9/11. So, I've been through a lot of different times of 9/11 and, the Great Recession and COVID. I've also been involved in great times. And I think that there's a few things. The first thing that I did about 10 years ago is I turned off the news, went on, as my friend Tom Scarda calls it, a media diet. But that was really good for me because I realized that outside factors um, were really affecting me. And in all reality, most of the things I was worrying about, I didn't have control over. So the first thing I would say is be very selective of what you let in your mind. Your mindset, your attitude, your optimism should be protected. So be very careful and selective of what you let in your mind. Number two is focus on what you can control. If you put money in the market, it's typically for long term and something that you can kind of set it and forget it, right? If that's going to be an investment strategy of yours. So it's a long term game. I don't have control over my money in the market. And so I'm just choosing to kind of look at longer term instead of short term. If you're craving control, that's where business ownership comes in because that's one of the few investments that you do have control over. You are a part of it and you can affect the outcomes. So a lot of people actually look to franchise ownership when they start to see dips in their retirement and the market because they're looking for more control. The last thing that I would say is do your best to stay calm. If you watch the news, do you ever see people say, everything's wonderful? People are so happy. They're making so much money. No, that's not their job, right? And so the more calm that you can stay, the more collected, the more strategic you can be. Because you're going to find that this is a great time for investors. They're going to start buying, they're going to start looking for more deals. And the more calm you are, the more strategic you can be. So be very selective of what you let in your mind. Keep your optimism, keep your outlook. You only have control over a couple things: your attitude, your actions, and really your outlook on life. So keep it positive, stay calm, stay positive. And I believe if you do that, you're going to find really great investment strategies. So focus on what you can control.